Okay, we can start. So this today topic is this planning and implementation of HACCP system. I think we have studied the 7 principle of HACCP, but how we can plan and apply this HACCP to a food manufacturing unit or food processing unit. So if in food processor is there, if they are involved in the food business operation or food manufacturing operation, so they must have to first they have to plan and then implement the HACCP system to their processing unit. So for implementation of this HACCP, a food processor they must have to investigate not only their own product and production method, but also uh, they have to apply HACCP to their raw material supply. Suppose if the raw material is coming, so whether they are applying the HACCP system to the receipt of the raw material or not. So there also they must have to apply HACCP to their raw material supplies and to the final product storage and then distribution system. So we will study in detail this planning and implementation. So for effective HACCP system, the food processor must develop HACCP plan and then implement it accordingly to their processing industry or processing plant for the effectiveness of this HACCP system. Then, so basically what is HACCP plan? So HACCP plan is the written document, okay? So that defines and describe the procedures to be followed for ensuring the safety of a product or process. So basically it is a written document. So in that documents, what will be written? It will be defining and describing the procedure which will be followed for ensuring the safety of product and the processing method. It is developed by applying 7 principles of HACCP. So basically it is developed by applying 7 principles of HACCP. HACCP plan should be established for every product and process. Suppose we are having a processing plant, and in that processing plant we are manufacturing different variety of product. So every product we must have a HACCP plan. Say for example, if there are 3 different product lines in one processing plant, then we must have a 3 different HACCP plan that has to be developed. So जितना हमारा प्रोडक्शन लाइन होगा उतना हमारा उसके लिए प्लानिंग होगा एंड देन इम्प्लीमेंटेशन होगा HACCP का. ओके, देन इम्प्लीमेंटेशन ऑफ HACCP सिस्टम. सो फर्स्ट
प्रोडक्ट लाइन क्या हुआ सर?
हेलो, क्या हुआ?
प्रोडक्ट लाइन क्या होता है?
प्रोडक्ट लाइन हुआ वो लाइन है, मतलब एक प्रोसेस लाइन है जिसमें हम जैसे हम IQF प्रोडक्ट बनाते हैं या फ्रोजन प्रोडक्ट बनाते हैं, ठीक है, या फिर हम फिश पिकल बना रहे हैं या फिश बॉल बना रहे हैं या सुरमी प्रोडक्ट बना रहे हैं. सो फॉर दैट डिफरेंट प्रोडक्ट वी आर हैविंग ए डिफरेंट प्रोसेसिंग लाइन, वी आर हैविंग ए डिफरेंट प्रोडक्ट लाइंस. अगर हम फ्रीजिंग लाइन में जा रहे हैं तो हम प्रोडक्ट लाइन में नहीं जाएंगे, फ्रीजिंग लाइन का ही हमें प्लानिंग करना पड़ेगा और उसी का हमें प्रोसीड्यूर हमें मींस बनाना पड़ेगा, फ्लो चार्ट बनाना पड़ेगा एंड देन वी विल अप्लाई दिस HACCP सिस्टम. ठीक है?
ओके ओके.
Then for the implementation of HACCP system, the first is the constitution of HACCP team. सबसे पहला जो है हमारा काम होगा construction of HACCP team, constitute the HACCP team. So HACCP team क्या है? So there must be a chairman, एक हमारा बॉस होगा टीम में. उस बॉस का काम क्या होगा? To convene the group and to direct the work of the team. So वो हमारा क्या करेगा? वर्क ऑर्गेनाइज करेगा, देन डायरेक्ट करेगा हमें, गाइड करेगा हमें क्या करना है नहीं करना है, ensuring that the concept is properly applied. So that is the work of chairman. Then besides this chairman, there will be another means team member. So that team member consists of a several specialists. What kind of a specialist? So there may be a production specialist. That means they must know how to produce a specific product. Microbiologists should be there. They must know what are the pathogens are there, pathogenic hazards are there. Chemist for the testing or this what we can say chemical testing is there. Na? For that we require chemist. Then quality control manager should be there. Process engineer should be there because we are using the different kinds of processing equipment. And in between, if any equipment is failure, so there must be a processing engineer to rectify that equipment or instrument which we are using in our processing industry. Then packaging specialist for different process, for different product, we require different kinds of packaging materials. So for that, packaging specialist should also be there in the HACCP team. Then raw materials buyers or distribution staff, etc. So this is the first is the constitution of HACCP team in the implementation of HACCP system. So first we have to constitute the HACCP team, where in the HACCP team one chairman will be there. So वो chairman क्या करेंगे? He will overall look the work of the team. He will direct the team. You have to do this activity. You have to do this activity. Wherein false operation is there, you must have to rectify. You must have to do your work. So that chairman rules is there. And beside the chairman, we are having a different specialist, having a different roles, different function in the processing line or product lines. Okay, so that is the first. Then second is the describe the product. We must have to describe the product. So a full description of the product and the study is required. Example, raw product is there, frozen product is there, peeled and deveined shrimp is there, with a description of packaging method, what kinds of packaging methods we have to use, storage and distribution condition, shelf life, instruction for use. So whatever the products we are preparing, we must have to describe. Raw है तो raw, frozen है तो frozen, peeling हो रहा है तो peeled, deveining हो रहा है तो deveined. We must have to, and what kinds of packaging materials we require for the storage, we must have to describe. That is the second. Then this should be done in collaboration with the customer, and the customer target group should be defined. Customer and customer target group. जो भी product हम use करेंगे वो हमारा कौन से target population में वो जा रहा है consumption के लिए. So that is also there. Then third is the construct flow diagram. Flow diagram, suppose if any processing line is there or production line is there or product line is there. So we must have to write or we must have to draw a flow diagram. We must have to, that means if we are drawing a flow diagram, so we must have to follow the step-by-step process. So this is the example, one of the example is the flow chart of this IQF. IQF is the individually quick frozen raw shrimp. Basically here we are taking the raw shrimp processing. So here one product line is there, one processing line is there, one manufacturing line is there. That is production of individually quick frozen raw shrimp processing line. So how we can prepare? So for that we must have to draw the flow diagram. So flow diagram you can see first how we will prepare. So there will be first is the receipt of the raw materials. That means हमें raw materials कहने का मतलब हुआ जो raw shrimp जो है जो catch से हमारा निकल के आता है. So that means that raw shrimp should be there. That is the receipt of the raw material. Then what we will do? We will do the washing. Where we will do the washing? So we are washing it in the chilled water. we are maintaining the temperature of the wastewater is at 0 to 5 degrees centigrade, we can say. Then we are doing the sorting, or we can say the grading by hand. After sorting and grading, we have to do the peeling operation. Peeling, that means removal of the exoskeleton. So we are removing the exoskeleton from the shrimp body. After peeling, again washing is required. So same washing will be there in the chilled water. Having a temperature, we are maintaining 0 to 5 degrees C. Then again grading by hand. Then chilling to 0 to 3 degrees C. Then after chilling, we are loading into the freezer, where individually quick frozen raw shrimp is produced. Individually quick frozen shrimp is produced. So in the freezer, we are maintaining the temperature 40 degrees, minus 40 degrees. Then after freezing, once the freezing is completed, then we are doing the glazing we are doing, and then hardening at the rate of minus 30 degrees. Then we are packing in a case, or then we are also doing the coding on the packaging materials. So packing in the case and then coding, and then we are doing the master cartooning. That is, big cartooning is there. Cartoon is there. In that big cartoons, we have to pack our small pack, and then we are storing into the cold store. Cold store having a temperature minus 20 degrees C. Minus 18 plus minus 2 degrees C, we can also say, or minus 20 plus minus 2 degrees C. And then from the cold store, if we want to distribute this product to the market, we must have some vehicle, and that vehicle should be a refrigerated vehicle. So we are maintaining the cold chain from the storage unit to the market. So in between, we are using the refrigerated vehicle. So this is the construction of flow diagram. So this is the flow diagram we have to do next. Then another is the on-site verification of the flow diagram. So that means, suppose if you are implementing HACCP system, and if you have drawn the flow diagram, if any correction required, so you can on-site, you can verify, you can rectify, you can correct it. If any deviation you require, or you have to modify that state, so you can do by on-site verification. So you are verifying on-site of the flow diagram which you have drawn. Okay, so this is the means planning and implementation. And another one is the 7 principle. That means hazard analysis, then critical control point, then criteria, target level, and critical limits, then monitoring, then corrective action, then verification, then record keeping. So that means the 7th principle. But before that, we are having some prerequisites. We can say the first is the constitution of HACCP team. Then second is the describe the product, and third is the identify intended use. Identify intended use we have not discussed. Yeah, this one. Identify intended use. That means the team should consider whether the product is going to be consumed by a group in the population that are more susceptible to a given hazard. Say, for example, suppose if any food processor is there, and if they are manufacturing a baby food, that means that baby population they are very sensitive. They are very susceptible to that particular hazard. If any hazard is occurring, so that may affect the health of the baby. So that's why we must have to identify the intended use of the product, where it is going. Okay, so that is the this identify intended use of the product. This should be done in collaboration with the customer, and the customer target group should be defined. Okay, I think we discussed this. Then flow diagram, then on-site verification of the flow diagram. Then we are coming to the HACCP principle. So what we will do, First principle, what we can implement this HACCP system. First, we have to list out all the potential hazard which is associated with each step. Whatever the steps we are applying for the processing, for the production of IQF frozen shrimp. So we are defining the step. We are drawing the flow diagram. So what are the potential hazards should be there on each step? We must have to list out. Then after listing out, we must have to conduct the hazard analysis. Hazard analysis we discussed in the earlier classes. That means all the physical, chemical, biological hazards. What are the hazards there? So we must have to identify and we must have to analyze and determine the control measure. We must have to determine the control measure. Control measure, that means the team must identify means by which to control the hazard. जो HACCP team है, they must identify means by which to control the hazard. That means they must have to identify and control the hazard at each CP. Example is that chlorine level in the wash water. Suppose we are using the wash water and if we are using a 5 ppm. So 5 ppm available chlorine is there. So that 5 ppm should be there. And if their concentration is decreasing or increasing, so it may affect the hazard. Then the time and temperature during the storage. Then time temperature requirement for the thermally processed food, especially in the canning product is also there. So that is another production line, another product line, can product. So their time and temperature is very critical. That's why that is the CCP, critical control point. So first is the list of all the potential hazard which is associated with each step. Okay, and then we are doing the hazard analysis and determining the control measure of this list out or identified hazard. Then apply HACCP. Second is the apply HACCP decision tree. We have to apply the decision tree, CCP decision tree. So this CCP decision tree, we have to apply to each step with identify hazard and determine CCP and describe the measures to control the hazard. So ये decision tree क्या है? जो suppose हमें एक hazard को control करना है, whether it is a physical, chemical or biological, we have identified the hazard. Okay, but we have identified on each step किस स्टेप पे हमारा वो hazard occur हो रहा है. What is the critical limit? How we can control? We have defined that. We did that hazard analysis. Now we have to control that hazard. How we can control the hazard? By looking or taking the help of CCP decision tree, critical control point decision tree. So we are having a tree. Based on that tree, we can control our hazard during the production line. So apply HACCP decision tree to each step with identified hazard and determine CCP and describe the measures to control the hazard. So we will go this. You can see this is the CCP decision tree. CCP, critical control point decision tree. So basically this is the questioning and answering. Questioning and answering. Answer each question in sequence at each step for each identified hazard. जो भी हमने step मतलब flow chart में हमने draw किया है, हर step पे you have list out the hazard, whether that hazard is risky in nature. So what control measure you are applying? So you must have to ask. So first, are control measure in place for the hazard? Have you applied that control measure to control the hazard? If yes, then does the step eliminate or reduce the hazard to an acceptable level? अगर हमने कंट्रोल मेजर अप्लाई किया है तो क्या वो उस स्टेप पे रिड्यूस कर रहा है या एलिमिनेट कर रहा है हजार्ड को टू एन एक्सेप्टेबल लेवल? अगर वो कर रहा है, say for example, if it is yes, then it is a critical control point. If it is not, that means answer is no. Then could contamination occur at unacceptable level or increase to an unacceptable level? If yes, then will a subsequent step eliminate or reduce the hazard to an acceptable level? If yes, then not necessary. Stop. That means this is not necessary. Then answer, if it is no, then it is a critical control point. Could contamination occur to an acceptable level or increase to an unacceptable level? If it is no, then not necessary. Stop. Here are the control measure in place for the hazard? No. Then is the control at this state necessary for the safety? No. Then not necessary. Stop. If yes, then you have to modify the step, process or product, and again you have to ask the question on the identified hazard on a particular step. Okay, so we are controlling the hazard by taking the help of CCP decision tree, critical control point decision tree. Okay. Now, next is the establish critical limit for each CCP. We must have to establish the critical limit for each CCP. Critical limit, that means उससे ज्यादा है तो फिर वो हमारे लिमिट के बाहर है, अगर उसके नीचे है या अंदर है तो वो हमारे एक्सेप्टेबल लिमिट के अंदर है, तो we can accept that. So the team will also have to set target level and specified tolerances should be stated wherever appropriate. So we must have to establish the critical limit for each CCP. Then establish a monitoring system for each CCP. So हमने CCP determine तो कर लिया, हमने critical limit तो determine कर लिया. Then how we are going to monitor during this step? We know this is the critical limit, this is the control measure by which we can control the hazard, but how we can monitor? We are implementing, we are using the decision tree to control the hazard, but there should be some monitoring system to control, to monitor, sorry, not control, to monitor the hazard, to monitor the CCP, whether it is under control or out of control. So there must be a mechanism for checking that the processing and handling procedure at each CCP are under control. So there should be some mechanism to check whether the processing or handling protocol which we have used at each CCP are under control. If it is not, then monitoring system must have to produce a result that this particular CCP is not under control, it is going beyond the control, out of control. So that result they must have to pass to the corrective action team. So corrective action teams immediately they will take the result of this monitoring system and then immediately they do the corrective action. So the monitoring must be able to detect deviation, detect any deviation from specification, that is loss of control, and to provide information early enough for corrective action to be taken and for loss of product to be avoided or minimized. So ये हमारा मॉनिटरिंग सिस्टम का हमारा फंक्शन होता है. अगर कुछ भी डेविएशन हो रहा है मतलब सीसीपी को कंट्रोल करने में, तो वो उस चीज को तुरंत डिटेक्ट करना चाहिए. डिटेक्ट करने के बाद में ये इंफॉर्मेशन सीसीपी को करेक्टिव एक्शन टीम को देना चाहिए. सो करेक्टिव एक्शन टीम क्या करेगा, वो टाइमली जो है उस सीसीपी को कंट्रोल करेगा, उसको डेविएट नहीं होना देगा। क्यों नहीं? अगर ऐसे करेगा तो उससे क्या होगा, हमारा प्रोडक्ट का लॉस नहीं होगा, प्रोडक्ट का लॉस को हम कम कर सकते हैं। So that's why we have to follow the principle of HACCP system. Then this is the one, establish a monitoring system for HACCP. So 5 main way to monitor HACCP. How we can monitor HACCP? So visual observation is there. हम आंखों से उसको देख सकते हैं। जैसे टाइम एंड टेम्परेचर है, टेम्परेचर हमको मेंटेन करना है 121 डिग्री सी फॉर ए ड्यूरेशन ऑफ 2.52 मिनट। सो विजुअली वी हैव टू चेक, हमारा आंखों से हम उसको देख सकते हैं। अगर कर रहा है तो दैट मींस वी आर मॉनिटरिंग करेक्टली। देन सेंसरी इवोल्यूशन इज आल्सो देयर। सेंसरी इवोल्यूशन, सपोज प्रोडक्ट हमारा प्रोसेस हुआ, प्रोसेस होने के बाद में कुछ फॉल्ट तो नहीं हो गया, कुछ खराबी तो नहीं होगा। सो फॉर दैट वी मस्ट हैव टू डू सेंसरी इवोल्यूशन। Sensory evaluation, that taste is there. Okay, so by using our sense organ we can judge the quality. Then physical measurement is also there. Then chemical testing, especially chlorine concentration in the wastewater or water, time and temperature, pH, salt concentration, these are the chemical testing we can do. We can perform the chemical test. If chlorine concentration, it is specified, it should be 5 ppm. So for that we must have to conduct the test. Then only we will know whether it is a 5 ppm or 6 ppm or 3 ppm. So that's why we require the chemical testing. So that is the monitoring system. Then microbiological analysis. That means how much microbial loads is there in our product. So microbiological this enumeration techniques is there. Enumeration, that means total plate counts is there, how much it should be there. Okay, then establish corrective action for a deviation that may occur. That means we must have to establish a corrective action for a deviation. Suppose monitoring system ने हमें बताया जो भाई पर्टिकुलर सीसीपी हमारा डेविएट हो गया, ये आउट ऑफ कंट्रोल जा रहा है, तो करेक्टिव एक्शन टीम जो है उसको वो देखेगा, उसके रिजल्ट को देखेगा, क्या भाई कहां पे दिक्कत हो गया जिसके कारण जो है ये सीसीपी हमारा आउट ऑफ कंट्रोल चला गया। सो द एक्शन मस्ट बी टेकन इमीडिएटली, डिले नहीं होना चाहिए। डिले करेंगे तो हमारा प्रोडक्ट का लॉस हो जाएगा, प्रोडक्ट का हमारा लॉस हो जाएगा, तो फिर हमारे लिए इकोनॉमिकली लॉस होगा। So action must be taken immediately when monitoring results indicate that a particular CCP is not under control. So we must have to take the action immediately as soon as the monitoring result indicates that a particular CCP is not under control. Then action must be taken before the deviation leads to a safety hazard. So that is the action of this corrective action team. Then establish verification procedure. This is also the principle of this HACCP. So here in the verification procedure, what we are using the supplementary information or test, or we are reviewing the monitoring record. Why we are reviewing? Why we are using the supplementary information and test? To check whether the HACCP system is working effectively or efficiently in the food processing industry or not. If any food manufacturer is there, if they are applying this HACCP system, if any inspection team is coming, they will go and check the verification this procedure. So, and also the record and documentation. Because in the record and documentation, all the this procedure will be written clearly, whatever the process we are. Okay, so this is the verification. Then establish record keeping and documentation. So how we can do this one? So nature, sources, quality of raw material जब हम रिसिप्ट किए थे तो किस तरह का था वो, कहाँ से लाया गया था वो, कितना मतलब किस तरह का क्वालिटी था, अच्छा था, खराब था, स्पॉइल्ड था, कंप्लीट प्रोसेसिंग रिकॉर्ड, क्या प्रोसेसिंग हमने अप्लाई किया. सो from the beginning, from the receipt of the raw material to the end of the product, we must have a processing record, we must have a processing protocol, we must have a processing procedure which we have applied during the manufacturing line, processing line. Then cleaning and disinfection record, cleaning and disinfection हम लोग यूज करते हैं, so उसका भी हमारे पास रिकॉर्ड होना चाहिए. All decision related to product safety. Then deviation file, corrective and disposition action file, modification file, verification data, review data. These are the records and documents we must have to keep in a proper way for the inspection team. If any inspection team is coming, they will check on your record and documentation, and they may also visit your plant. And they may see how you are producing or manufacturing your product, whether the HACCP system is applied in a proper way or not. So they will go and check. They will visit to your processing line. They may visit to your lab also, because you are doing this monitoring now. Monitoring, microbiological test is there, chemical test is there. So any test you are doing or not, or simply you have written in the implementation. So that is the implementation. So this implementation of HACCP system, this National Research Council Subcommittee on Microbiological Criteria for Food recommended that HACCP is mandatory for all food processing plants. So if any food manufacturer is there, they must, it is a mandatory, they must have to follow the HACCP principle. They must have to implement HACCP system to their processing industry, to their food manufacturing plant. Then one Tomkin 1994 observed that the following criteria should be considered while implementing HACCP in any food processing plant. What are this criteria? So evidence of hazard to health, suspected hazard associated with raw materials. क्या-क्या hazard हमारा raw materials के साथ में present हो सकता है. Then effect of processing on suspected hazard. If you are applying any processing method, so that processing method, whether it is affecting the hazard, suppose thermal processing we are applying, so that thermal processing, they must have an effect on the biological hazard. They may kill the microorganism. Then the likelihood and consequences of food safety hazard during handling and storage, the category of consumer at risk, and the cost benefit ratio associated with the application of HACCP. So this is the implementing any food processing, that is the criteria. So this is all about the planning, HACCP plan and implementation of HACCP system to food processing industry. Okay. If you are having a confusion, you may ask. Hello.
हेलो सर.
कुछ क्वेश्चन है तो पूछो फिर.
हेलो.
कुछ क्वेश्चन पूछना है तो पूछो.
हेलो.
बोलो अमरनाथ.
सर पूछ रहे थे कि सर अगर मतलब फिजिकल, केमिकल या बायोलॉजिकल हैजार्ड है,
हाँ,
तो उसको सर कंट्रोल करने के लिए तो डिफरेंट टाइप का मशीन होगा ना सर.
उसको क्या करने के लिए?
उसको मतलब हैजार्ड को एक्सेप्टेबल लिमिट तक कंट्रोल करने के लिए मशीन होगा ना.
It depends upon the which kind of hazard is there. ठीक है. और
अगर सर कोई भी मतलब
कौन सा हम प्रोडक्ट हम प्रिपेयर कर रहे हैं, वो उस पर डिपेंड करता है। फिजिकल हैजार्ड को तो हम अपनी आंखों से देख सकते हैं, उसको तुरंत हटा सकते हैं, उसके लिए मशीन की आवश्यकता नहीं है।
भी हटा सकते,
उसके लिए मशीन की आवश्यकता नहीं है। अगर हम वॉशिंग करें तो मोस्ट ऑफ द फिजिकल हैजार्ड जो है हमारा वो क्लीन हो जाएगा। अगर हम प्रोडक्ट प्रिपेयर करते हैं तो उसमें सपोज हेयर चला गया है ना, तो उसको कंट्रोल करने के लिए हम मशीन तो नहीं लगाएंगे। हमें तो हमारा हेयर जो है वो हमारा हेयर बंधा रहना चाहिए, खुला नहीं रहना चाहिए अगर हम प्रोडक्ट प्रिपेयर कर रहे हैं तो, है ना। केमिकली है कुछ, जैसे केमिकल का जैसे क्लोरीन का लेवल है, क्लोरीन लेवल पानी में कितना है या नहीं है। अगर कम है तो हम उसको बढ़ा सकते हैं। सपोज 5 ppm हमने स्पेसिफाइड किया है, ये हमारा होना ही चाहिए वॉश वाटर में। जब हम टेस्ट कर रहे हैं तो वो 3 ppm है, तो हम उसमें 2 ppm और ऐड करेंगे, बढ़ा देंगे। तो उसके लिए हमें मतलब क्या बोलेंगे, जस्ट वी हैव टू डू द टेस्ट। कहीं कहीं मशीन की आवश्यकता है, जैसे इफ यू आर डूइंग द माइक्रोबायोलॉजिकल एनालिसिस, यू आर काउंटिंग द माइक्रोब्स, how much microbes is there, so definitely you require autoclave, you require this laminar air flow, you require the machine, yeah.
Okay sir, thank you.
और कुछ? और कुछ?
No sir.
तो क्लोज किया जाए सेशन।
Yes sir.
चलो ठीक है।